Yeah. So we were discussing on technical modules, right? The technical module, the base technical module is ABAP. So entire SAP is written a programming language called ABAP program. ABAP, clear? It's nothing but advanced business application programming. So the person who write the program, he is known as an ABAP consultant or an ABAPer. In general, in SAP world, we call them as an ABAPers or ABAP consultant. So what is the qualification required for this particular role? In the sense, they need to be a BTech or a BSc computer science background who is having a programming knowledge, right? Intermediate programming knowledge, like the person who knows the C++ and Java, then they are eligible to work as an ABAPer. So it's a completely programming language. And what I said is this ABAP is derived from a first generation language called COBOL. Clear? It's a complete business application program. Fine. So here completely the people need to have some sort of logic, some sort of programming knowledge. Only those people can work as a ABAPer. Right. So, but here, as we discussed, SAP has given complete SAP standard to every businesses. Then what is the need of an ABAPer? In the sense, here, as we said, that whatever SAP standard is provided to the client, then in that client may require some sort of modifications. Clear? Yesterday we were discussing, for example, SAP standard provided one sales form, right? Standard sales form. In that sales form, okay, client want some sort of modifications, right? As we discussed yesterday also, we said that he needs some sort of logo. He needs some sort of his own brand name kind of thing. Body should be different. Margins should be different. So he need to add some sort of modifications, some sort of changes in whatever SAP provided standard providing things. So at that particular point of time, whatever changes, whatever modifications needed, that will be developed by this ABAPers while by writing a program. Clear? So in development in SAP world, right, for development, there is a methodology we have that is called RISEF or FRICE. In few companies, they'll call it as in FRICE, and few companies, they'll call it as in RISE. Means where is the possibility to do the modifications? Clear? What are the areas that a ABAPer can do the modifications, where the client required to do modifications? So this is nothing but FRICE and RISEF. It's both one and the same terminology. As I said that in IBM, they'll call it as in RISEF, right? And when it comes to other companies, majority companies, they're going to call it as in FRICE. So in interview, again, it's, you can put it as in star. You are going to get 100% guaranteed question on in interview that explain clearly about RISEF, at least an abbreviation. So here, if I take FRICE or RISEF, forms, F stands for forms, R stands for reports, I stands for interfaces, C stands for conversions, E stands for enhancements, and W stands for workflows. Clear? So when I set forms, so here when the development will take a chance, when the development is possible, in the sense, first it should come, okay, when the development will take place, in the sense, the requirement should come from business. Requirement should come from business in the sense client to whom we are implementing the project. Requirement from the business. They want, for example, they want only SAP standard. They want to follow as it is whatever SAP standard provided. Then there is no requirement of ABAPer. Clear? But here there is a requirement for the business to change in these forms or reports or interfaces or conversions or enhancements or workflows. So here there is a requirement need to come from first business. Clear? And after that, that requirements who will gather? We will gather. We in the sense, who are we here? Who are we?
Consultants.
Which consult? What type of consultant? Again, consultants are of
Functional.
functional consultants, right? So we need to gather that requirement. So we call them as in functional specifications. So normally functional specs, we use the term called functional specs specification. So for example, again, I'll reiterate again one more interview question here. What does it mean in the sense? For example, you are having a domain experience of 7 years, for example. So out of 7 years, you want to change your resume and you are mentioning it as in 4 years you worked as an SAP consultant. And other 3 years you are worked as a domain experience as an SAP end user or something, right? Out of 4 years, you said that we have done 2 different projects. We have involved in 2 different projects. One is support project, another one is development implementation project. Clear? So you mentioned it as one, you have involved in one support project or any testing project, and same time you mentioned it as an implementation project. So whenever we write implementation, so okay, we have taken from any Google or somewhere else or any friend's resume, we have made some sort of specifications. Like we wrote that this is the things we have done, we have involved in this particular phase and all. So definitely you are going to get a question on this. Did you ever work with ABAP regarding some functional specs? Functional specs. Clear? So here we need to explain this particular step. For example, you can say that I am when SAP standard provided vendor balance, open item balance. Okay, so here client want different steps or different features, right? Then at that particular point of time, we took the requirement from client and we have written as functional specs. Nothing but we are supposed to write the specifications, what are the requirements of client, and that has been given to ABAP. The next, what ABAP will do from here in the sense, so this is particular part will performed by functional consultant. Functional consultant. Okay, so here what after receiving this, to whom functional consultant will send this? To ABAP. Okay. Hi Deepthi. Yeah, tell me Deepthi. No, I'm not able to hear you. No, Deepthi, I'm not able to hear you. Hope everyone are able to hear me, right?
Yes,
Yes, Naveen.
I'm able to hear the others also. Kindly check once, Deepthi, your mic. Okay. So here what ABAP will do? Okay, what ABAP will do is, so once he receives the functional specification, he will prepare technical specification. Means manually he will prepare technical specification. Okay, once he has done the technical specifications, once he prepared a technical specifications, once he has done the technical specification, he will write a program. Right? ABAP, what is ABAP job? ABAP will write a program. Who will write this program? ABAP. Okay. for once we give the functional specs to ABAPer, the requirements of client, then ABAPer will prepare a technical specifications, and after that he will write a program. Okay, and once it's done, program is done. Once the program is done, okay, so what he will do is, he will do technical testing. He will do technical testing, right? Whatever program he has done, whether it is working perfect or not. Clear? Who will perform this activity? ABAPer will perform this activity. Okay, and once technical testing is done, everything is fine, then okay, once technical testing is done, then functional consultant will do one more testing. That is called functional testing. Means as per the requirement of client, is it working or not, before giving to customer, client. Okay, this will called functional testing.
So here we will do the again functional testing, right?
Functional testing complete.
Okay.
Who will do this?
We FICO people.
Yes. Functional consultant will do testing. So once the testing is perfect, everything is fine, everything is working fine, then one more testing will be performed by the business. Means from the client end, someone will come and they will do whether as per their requirement, is it working or not. That is called business testing from client. Clear? So all the testings are done and everything is fine, going well. Everything is going well. Then, right, client says that perfect, everything is going fine. Then it will be deployment. Means that will be mapped to customer as per customer requirement to SAP. Clear? So these are the steps normally whenever there is a development takes place. So here first that should be come from business. Clear? Because business wants that particular requirement, so it has to come from business. The next step that will be explained to functional consultant, and functional consultant is nothing but we will receive the requirement of client, and as per the requirement, we will prepare a specification document that is called functional specification document, functional specs. Clear? So once we receive this functional specification document, then that will be given to ABAPer. So once ABAPer receives this functional spec, he will prepare first technical specs. Yes, please.
So I mean, so whatever the requirements that the client told, right, we will document everything clearly. Like the document will be in some standard format, or as per our own, we need to prepare the document.
It's again depend. Again, some companies, some software companies will have the specification documentation, some particular order, or someone will prepare on their understanding and which can be explained ABAPer easily.
Okay. So is there any time limit which is given by the client? But because
as I said that any implementation project depends upon 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
Here, so within that particular, as per the company to company, at the time of project agreement, definitely whatever things are coming in that timeline only, it has to be get completed.
Okay, if it is agreed with the client for 2 years, then within 2 years, we need to implement everything in the company.
Exactly. So here business testing is nothing but a client approval.
Okay.
Once he approves, then only the deployment will take place.
Okay. So once everything is being implemented, And so again, so that will move to the support project, right?
See, again, don't go with the projects right now.
Uh-huh.
Keep it aside, project. Okay. So here we are talking something about development. We will see what is actually support project in the sense. What do you mean by support project here?
Like, so everything is established, and like while executing the daily routine jobs,
Yeah.
if the users getting any issues, then that will go into the support project. Once everything implementation is being done,
right, once complete implementation is implemented, then probably your client, as I said, that Ready Labs client, for example, Ready Labs client may not take a support from Infosys. He can take support from some other software company, because Infosys is richer, little expensive. Then probably they'll go to Wipro, or they'll go to another organization for support project. It's not mandatory. They need to go with the Infosys only.
okay.
Clear. Or they can do their own support team,
Okay.
IT team. Okay.
Naveen, I have a question here.
Yes, please.
So regarding this functional specification, they prepare some form. I mean, they prepare the functional specification and give it to ABAPer. So
Correct.
most of the time, I involved in this requirement from business.
Okay.
So during this USAT testing or SIT testing, whenever we see some issues, we use these tools called HPQC and ALM. So on that, we used to raise these issues. And from then, the respective team will take the action and they will give the resolution. So you mean to say that after we raise the tickets, that will move to the consultants, or like whoever we select in that list, there will be a list like a technical issue, or some vendor master need to be modified. So based on that, it will go to the respective team. And again, they will prepare some document on that to resolve that issue.
Yes, definitely. See, as per whatever selections you have done, it's again organization to organization, it will be differ. See, for example, you have a set of list. This particular issue need to be triggered to this particular consultant. Clear? All functional. Again, in functional, we have a number of consultant, different module consultant, right? You are facing some sort of glitch, some sort of issue. Then once you trigger that, then automatically it will route to that particular consultant. And that particular consultant, if it is a development is required, if it is only an issue, if it is a configuration issue, then the consultant will take care of that particular thing. But if it is a requirement issue, means SAP standard, whatever challenges you are facing as an end user, okay, and that challenges because SAP standard is not able to give the solution for that. Okay, then at that particular point of time, that will trigger to first functional consultant. And what functional consultant will do is, he will take the requirements from you. He will take the requirements from you and he will prepare a functional specification. Then that will be given to ABAPer. If it is only configuration part, then no, what we call specifications or notes, he won't prepare anything. Directly, he will check what is the issue, right? What sort of issue the client is facing. Immediately, if it's a configuration issue, immediately, if it is SAP standard can resolve that particular issue, then they will do it.
Okay. So if not, if it is related to some technical, then they will create some document and specification. Based on that, the respective ABAPer will start working on it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
So any testing, so these are the different testings. Normally, I'm doing development side, these testings will be done. Whenever there is a development part, development is involved, then these testings will be done. One is from technical testing, from the ABAPer, will be performed by ABAPer, and next it will be performed by functional consultant, and at the end, business, nothing but client. Clear? Once client approves, means client may approve, may not approve, right? The requirement as per his, then if he approves, then it will go to deployment. Any questions? So here, as I said, requirement. So here, what are the possibilities here? Changes in the sense the development where these things will be performed. Forms, as I said, that same thing. What do you mean by form? Form is nothing but anything, sales order, purchase order, or invoice format, or whatever it is. Clear? If it is SAP standard is not able to fulfill the client requirement, then the client will come up with his requirement. I need, as I said, that he need date on the top right side, and SAP is providing top left side. So they don't want top left, they want top right. And the name should be, they have given, SAP has given left hand side, the logo or whatever it is, but they want in center, right? Body should be little lengthy as per the client requirement, but in SAP it is a little less. Clear? In the same way, they want some, it could be an invoice, it could be a purchase order, it could be a sales order form or purchase order form or whatever it is. So all sort of forms as per the client requirement, it will be done in this particular forms and reports. As I said that SAP standard provided 2000 reports are there. SAP for all the modules, SAP provides standard 2000 different reports. Clear? And any number of customized reports. Clear? So if any SAP standard reports, whatever standard reports, for example, I'll take customer aging. We are taking customer aging or vendor aging report. Customer aging report, for example, SAP standard, it is given aging, 30 days aging, 60 days aging, and 90 days aging. For example, SAP standard provided, you can pull the data, the due which are 30 days due, net due, 60 days net due, and 90 days net due. Okay, but here my the client requirement is something different. They want 30, 60, 90 plus additionally they want 45 days. Okay, 120 days and greater than 180 days. Right? 45 days, 120 days, and greater than 180 days. So here probably we can get 45 days in between. 30 to 90 in the 30 to 60 in the sense we will get 45 days. But here maximum SAP provides is 120 days. But I want 120, 160, and 180. Then that report we want in the sense, then SAP standard is not providing for 160 and 180 days. Then as per the requirement, again, the functional consultant will prepare the specification. What is the requirement? Greater than 160, greater than 180. And that specification will be given to ABAPer. And ABAPer, what is the coding they need to write? That technical coding he will write, and he will write a program accordingly. Okay. And then he will do the testing part, technical testing. Once technical testing is done, then that will be given to functional consultant, and functional consultant will perform the functional testing. Once the functional testing is done, then it will go to end user. That is nothing but business. Business will check, okay, this particular XYZ customer, I am sundry customers, for example, group of customers, I want to generate a report greater than 160 days. Right? Earlier SAP used to provide only 120 days and greater. But here I want in between 120 to 160. Earlier there was no 160 SAP standard. Now whether they are able to generate the report or not, that they will check. Okay, it is, now they are getting it. Then they will say that yes, it's approved. Then it will go to deployment. Right? So any development, again I am reiterating for everybody's benefit, any development takes place in SAP. Okay, that could be a transaction code, that could be a form, that could be a report, that could be anything. If it is came from a development, not from SAP standard. Okay, anything which is came from a development, not from SAP standard, then it will start with either Z or Y. We will call it as in Z forms, Z reports, Z invoices, right? Then it is Z transactions. Clear? What do you mean by Z? Z transactions is nothing but as per customer. So interview question again, have you ever worked on any Z transactions? So what do you mean by Z transactions here? Have you ever worked on any Z reports? I got this particular question. Seriously speaking, when I was attending an Apple client interview, because my client right now is Apple. Clear? So Apple client, whatever SAP standard, he follows only 30% and 70% complete development only. Complete development only. So at the time of client interview, not a company interview, client interview, he asked me, have you ever worked in your complete career on Z transactions? Earlier, I was little shocked, Z in the sense, I was not much aware of that. So, but later on, I understood with this conversation, okay, Z is nothing but customized thing. Okay. I said, yes, I have given F1101 or what we call a payment run. Normally payment run will be transaction code is F110, but if customer requirement, client requirement, so they need some sort of reporting, payment reporting, then we will create ZF110.
So anything.
Majority companies will follow ZF110. Yes.
So Z and Y is a customization.
I'll tell you that. So either that could be any report customized development will either Z or Y transaction codes. Apart from this, any transaction code, MIR, OME23 and FB50, FB60, right? MR11, right? Which is not starting with these two letters, then that is nothing but SAP standard. And if any transaction or any report or any form starts with these two letters, either of these two letters, either Z or Y, then that is nothing but a customized or a development transaction or a development report or a development form. Clear?
So, apart from these Z and Y, so can they, if any clients came up with a different requirement, like
No,
they need to start like E or something F?
No, nothing. F is nothing but SAP standard. F as per their module.
Yes, it's not like A or something apart from standard ones. If they did they come back as part of the requirement with any other letters like A, B?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's only two.
Okay.
Clear? Z and Y. So here Z is nothing but, for example, Y and Z. These are two development. So yesterday also I covered Y in the sense, for example, I'm having 4 company codes in my organization. For example, company codes are, for example, in my company, for example, I'm taking Penna Group of company. Penna Group. Clear? In Penna Group, don't go with the spellings. Okay, I'm having company codes called P1, P2, P3, P4, company codes P5, right? So here 5 different company codes are there. Okay, all the 4 company codes P2, P3, P4, P5, they want SAP, they are following SAP standard reports. SAP standard reports. Okay, they want SAP standard reports, but due to some reason, P1 company code, it needs some customized report. It needs only, see, there are 4 in Penna, there are total 5 different company codes are there, but this particular unit required some sort of own reporting, customized reporting or customized form and customized transactions. Then they will use the development, whatever for single unit or single thing, then it will, the transaction or the form will start with Y. Other company codes is following SAP standard. Clear? Then only one unit or one state or one country, right? For example, my company code is in India, my company code is in Europe, different European countries and US, Singapore, China, for example. And I want some transactions to be used, development to be used only Indian company code, not other company codes. Right? Only this part, and other companies, whatever there in other countries, they need to follow SAP standard only. Clear? Then whatever transactions we are restricting, then that will be shown with the letter Y. The transaction or the report means particular specific unit, specific state, specific country, then it will start with Y. But if I want all the company codes need to be a customized report or customized form or customized transaction, then if it is global, then the transaction will start with the letter Z. Is this clear? Y and Z, Y, when they will use.
Can you repeat it once again?
Yes.
Sorry?
Can you please repeat?
Yeah, you want me to repeat? I'll do that. See, for example, as I said that, these are my different company codes. P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. When I said global, in the sense, all the company codes need to follow the same thing. But here, what is happening in the sense, SAP has created one sales order format, sales order form, right? All the company codes, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So all P2 to P5 company codes wants to use whatever sales format is provided by SAP. They want to use it as it is. As it is, they don't want any change in that. So it could be configured directly. But when it comes to P1 company code, due to some rules and regulations, they don't want to follow, they don't want to use whatever SAP standard provided form. They want some sort of modification.
Hello, Naveen.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was facing issue with my laptop, so I joined from other laptop.
Okay, fine.
So I was not clear because I am working on that.
Is it clear now?
No, the topic I was not clear.
No,
Because
I'm just repeating the same thing. Okay, Z transaction and Y transactions. Whatever it is, customized transactions, customized reports, customized forms.
Yeah, not this one, Naveen. This requirement from business you are telling, right? When we attend any interview, the interviewer will ask, have you ever worked with a technical consultant regarding some development or something you were telling?
Yeah, what I'll do is just park it for the moment. What I'll do is once we're done with the 4:15 session, so I'll repeat once again for your benefit.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, see, again, I'm reiterating, if at all any questions, just park it for till 4:15. So once we are done with the 4:15 session, you can raise it. That's the reason I request you to urge you to keep a pen and the paper so that it would be an advantage. Fine. So here, so I'm coming back. So here P2, P3, P4, these are the company codes, different company codes, right? And SAP standard provided form is there, or some transaction code is there, or some reports are there. They want to follow, these company codes want to follow as it is. They don't want any modification in those reports or forms or transactions. Okay, then they're following it. But here P1 company code, there is one more company code in this Penna group, P1 company code. So this P1 company code want specific format for either sales order form or purchase order form or invoice format. They want some specifications. They have different compared to SAP standard, right? They want some sort of development, means modification they want. Then whatever modification they want, either in forms, reports, transactions, or anything. Okay, once it gets changed, then that will start with the transaction will start with Y. For example, YF110. What does it mean? F110 is a payment process of SAP standard. YF110 means, so these company codes P2, P3, P4, P5 wants to use SAP standard F110 transaction code as it is. But here P1 wants some sort of changes in F110 and it has created some modifications. It has changed some, it has requested from some modifications and it has configured customized according to their requirement. Then the transaction code, the letter Y is prefixed for this particular transaction code. Clear? So P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So YF110 is used only for P1 company code, and other P2, P3, P4, P5, it is used F110 standard, SAP standard, because they don't want any modification. This company code doesn't require any modification. Okay, then that is considered for specific company code. As again, I'm reiterating, specific company code, specific state or specific country. Okay, if any specifications or development are required, then it will start with Y. That could be a transaction code, Y reports, Y transaction code, Y forms, we will call it as a. But if all the company codes in this particular group, Penna group, all the company codes, okay, wants a development, whatever SAP standard provided, okay, that is not sufficient for all the company codes. The requirements are little more. So all the company codes want to modify what P1 is using. The same thing they want. whatever company code P1 is using, the same transaction code they want as it is it for P2, P3, P4, P5 for all the company codes. Then if it is a global requirement, then it will be changed to, instead of 5, it will be given to Z. Z is nothing but a global. Not only one company code, it will for all company codes, or it is not for one country, it is for all the countries wherever the company exists. Clear? So Z transactions, Y transactions, we'll call it as a, so it's, don't get confused, Z transaction Y, it's only a customized transaction, customized reports, customized forms whenever they mention it as in Z and Y. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one, interfaces. So
Naveen, one thing.
yes, please.
So there is a Z and Y is there, right? If it is an any difference, if for example, if some reports they are using as a Z, some reports they are using as a Y. So is there any specific reports we can start with Z, or some of the set of the?
That's what I'm saying. It's not like that. It's again client to client. It will be different, right? So one client may not require any modification. So we can go with the SAP standard. One client may require some sort of modifications. Then that Z and Y will come into the picture. But there is no specific where the client requirement is not matches with the SAP standard, in the sense we can't assume that. We can't say that.
Got it.
90% companies will follow their what we call payment transaction code as an F110. 10% companies will go with the ZF110.
Got it, Naveen.
Yeah. Okay. Next one, interfaces. Interfaces is nothing but, for example, again, this is interfaces is nothing but, for example, interfaces, this thing. For example, SAP, we as an organization, we are dependent, we will do transactions with number of third parties, outside, external organization, like sometimes banks, sometimes income tax department, right? Sometimes customer, sometimes supplier, sometimes XYZ, right? Here, what happens is, as I said, that we are using SAP and the other third parties, banks, for example, bank is using Tally, clear? And tax department is using GST, right? So here, SAP is different, and third party, whatever their software, the systems they are using, that is different, right? So in between understanding, we are sending the data to bank and we are receiving the data from bank. Clear? So how we are sending through SAP the whatever data, and bank is sending with the Tally. So here in SAP we have a tool called interface tool. Interfaces. Clear? What interface will do? Interface will convert, right? What non-SAP system to SAP system, and SAP system to non-SAP system. So non-SAP system, we'll call it as a legacy systems. In the day one, I told you there are two types of systems. One is SAP system, another one is non-SAP systems. Whatever you can call, whatever Tally, Focus, Wings, Oracle, BAN, PeopleSoft, or any software, we call it as a non-SAP system, and we call non-SAP systems as a legacy, right? What these interfaces will do? Interfaces will help to communicate between SAP to non-SAP, between SAP system to non-SAP system, non-SAP system to SAP system. Clear? So the interfaces will helps in communicating between two different systems. One is from SAP system to legacy system to SAP system. And we are going to spend almost all 3 to 4 sessions on interfaces, different types of interfaces, how it will work. Is this clear?
No.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next one, conversions. What do you mean by again conversion? Interface is nothing but a communication between SAP to non-SAP systems, legacy systems. When it comes to conversions, in the sense, for example, if I take bank format, we are sending the data to bank, and bank will also send a data to us. So for example, whatever data we are sending, what or
When
else
your voice was disconnecting. I
mine
mean,
is
yeah, I don't know. Issue
No, it's
from
fine. No, Charan. It's fine from Naveen.
No issue from Naveen side. Maybe you check from your side.
okay. Thank you. So here, what do you mean by conversions in the sense? Conversion in the sense, for example, GST portal is there, right? We need to submit every month sales to GST. Whatever company or whatever organization, every month we need to convey our revenues to GST, tax department. So here we will prepare one form in SAP. We will prepare one sales data in SAP, and we will send it to GST portal. We'll submit to, and SAP is having GST Suvidha portal. SAP is having GST Suvidha portal. So what it will do is, so GST, whatever GST software is there, so this whatever sales data they are having different format, and here whatever SAP data we are preparing, that would be a different format. Clear? Then automatically what this conversion will do is, conversion in between, that is kind of a tool which will convert the data as per the requirement of the legacy system, right? As per where it the GST portal, where it is asking a date in, right, where it is asking the TIN number, tax identification number, right? Here in SAP, for example, it is showing on the left hand side, and in GST portal it should be on the right hand side. So this particular conversion will convert, okay, the data as per the legacy system, and legacy system data as per the SAP system. Clear? So that plays a conversion plays that particular role. Interface and conversion works little similar. Interface is nothing but completely communication, but here only the forms or anything, it will be get converted as per the SAP system with third-party systems. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Yeah.
So,
Next,
there is some
Naveen,
yes, sir.
for this.
yeah, can you just provide us with a small example so that we'll get some clarity?
Conversions.
Yeah, interface and conversions. Small example.
That's what interface in the sense, that's what I'm saying. Interface in the sense, SAP is developed in ABAP program, right? The understanding language is something, the programming language. What do you mean by language?
Which helps to understand the
Mode of
computer.
communication, correct?
Yeah.
Mode of communication, it could be a language, verbal, body language, or whatever you call. So here SAP is developed in a language called ABAP, which is a business language. Okay. For example, Tally. If you take Tally is a bank is using Tally, and Tally is developed in a software called Petrotronics. A software called a Petrotronics, right? And that particular language coding would be something different. SAP language is different and Tally language is different because it is developed on Petrotronics, right? So here, for example, you are, for example, any language, you're Tamilian and I'm Telugu, right? So I don't know Tamil and you don't know Telugu, and apart from these two languages, we don't know any other language. So how can I communicate with you, and how you will communicate with me?
I guess through instructions.
We can't understand.
Translate.
Apart from Tamil, you
Yeah.
don't know any other language, and apart from Telugu, I don't know any other language.
Using
We go
this
for the
conversion.
common language.
That's what.
Conversion. Yeah.
Conversion. So translation will be there. It is nothing but here interface. What interface will perform in the sense, whatever Tally language is there, that will be taken as an input, and again it will be converted to ABAP coding. And same, whatever SAP we are giving, nothing but a translator kind of thing. Clear? Whatever SAP data is giving, okay, that will be converted into Tally understandable language. or bank understandable language or GST understandable language. That is called interface. Clear? IDOC, we'll call it as an IDOCs.
Yes, sir.
Incoming and outgoing. Right? That's the reason I said we are going to spend a lot of time, at least 3 sessions on interfaces and conversions in future. Because again, it's a challenging one, interfaces. How it works, we need to see the practically, how interfaces are going to work. Clear?
Sure, Naveen.
Yeah. Next one, conversion is nothing but specific. If you're not talking, kindly mute it so that, because every disturbance will captured in the recording. So next one, conversion. What do you mean by conversions? Conversions in the sense, the same thing what I said, the format, one particular format. You are filing a tax format. You are filing a tax from SAP system. Okay. And where you would need to submit that GST portal. So GST tax format, the GST requirement is something different. Okay. Date should be here in SAP, date is showing on the right hand side and we filled it. But in GST portal, the GST date should be on the left hand side. Clear? So whenever we send the data to GST, okay, the application to GST, then this conversion will convert the data to as per the requirement of GST portal. And same time, whatever data GST, so tax we need to pay this much for this particular year. Okay, and GST is declaring that. Then whatever data GST is providing, okay, that is in different format. So this conversion will convert that to SAP thing, SAP standard format. So that is called conversions. Clear? Next,
Yes.
enhancements. What do you mean by enhancements? Already we discussed regarding enhancement part. For example, we are using departments like finance department, controlling department, material management department, sales department, HR department. Okay. So these departments we are using SAP since long time, 3, 4, 5 years ago. We are using these the departments are there in our organization, these 5 departments, and we are using our system as an SAP system. But suddenly we have started a new business called project system, PS, project system business, joint venture, or sorry, contract business, right? We have started contract business. So here, this is a new business and which is related to our organization only. So here, whenever we are using SAP for these departments, and this is a new department and new business, and we want to use SAP, same SAP for this particular department also. Clear? So then we will introduce SAP for this department without disturbing the existing department's data or SAP system. Okay, introducing SAP to new department without disturbing the existing module or existing departments, then that is considered as an enhancements. Clear? Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah. So next comes to workflows. What do you mean by workflows here? For example, this is very important, workflows. So normally, if we have done a payment proposal, we have done a payment run. So normally, for example, there is an amount, 50,000 amount we need to pay to a vendor. So here we need an approval from, for example, assistant manager approval is required, manager approval is required. For example, manager approval is required. Next one, chairman approval is director approval is required, and next chairman approval is required. Center head approval is required. Then we took a printout. And first we went to our assistant manager and he will check, he will approve it, he will sign it. And from there we will go to the manager and we will say that this is the approval amount and already assistant manager has signed it. Then he will do it, his signature, second signature. And from there we will go to a director. And from there again we will go to chairman. So this particular process manually we are doing after payment proposal. right? So in SAP, what we can do is workflow in the sense, first, once the payment proposal is performed, executed payment proposal, automatically the next level who has to approve, automatically it will trigger his inbox, either through workflow inbox or Outlook inbox. So as that will automatically go to assistant manager. So there will be a timeline within 30 minutes he need to approve. That would
So
be
this workflow is particularly for payments only.
sorry, particularly for
Payments only, payments
no,
execution.
anything I'm saying, not only payments, I'm giving an example. That could be any approval workflow. Clear? Right. So here after that, automatically it will trigger to his inbox, assistant manager inbox. Once he approves, so directly it will not go to inboxes of 3. Once we done the payment proposal, no. First it will go to assistant manager. First he need to give the approval. So first approval is done. Once he done, okay, he signed, he approved, then automatically that will trigger to next level person. Once he has done, from there automatically it will trigger to that person, the last. Once he has done, that will go to your bank. The paymenters, whatever payment process is there, that will be performed. So this is a workflow, automatic workflows. Means manual interference will be get minimized. So the development will be taken place in this particular things. So ABAPR is required in this particular all this one, RISEF, or you can call it as in FRICE. So again, I'm reiterating.
Navin, like all the approvals are received till then, it would be called as workflow only. Or
Yes,
like if one person is given the approval, will that be released?
no, it will release to next level. Now payment will not be released.
Okay.
As long as the last signature is done, last person is approved, then only the payment will be get released.
Okay. Until then, it is called as still it is an workflow only,
Pending
right?
for approval.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
So
You can see your leaves also. You will submit your leave, it will go to your manager, right? So that is nothing but a workflow only.
So they will
Okay. Got it.
approve. So they will do approval through SAP or from Outlook, whatever they receive, they will click on approval.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Click, they'll just click on approval.
That's it.
If
So
any-
they no need to log into SAP and do other approval, right?
See, now when Fiori concept is coming to the picture, they can do from their mobile phones also. Not required to log in SAP, any approval. That is called Fiori apps advantage. We will speak what do you mean by Fiori in future.
Okay.
Clear? So anywhere, from anywhere, setting anywhere, we can approve it.
So in backend, the ABAPR will link all the IDs, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now IDs will be created by, again, basis consultant.
Basis. Okay.
We will talk about.
Okay.
Okay. So next it comes to so here now we have a basis. So what is basis? Basis is nothing but a basic application software integrated solutions. What do you mean by this in the sense? See, normally people think that what is basis consultant will do in the sense, in general, people knows that basis consultant will do what we call server maintenance. Clear? He will.
So in ABAP, Naveen, I have one question.
Yes, please.
In ABAP process which you said, right? So in that only the RISE-up will takes place. So there is no other thing apart from that.
No, that because only the possibility. Where is the possibility of development activity in this RISE only, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because SAP standard is the client requirement will get changed only these steps only.
Steps. Okay.
Yeah, clear. So next one, basis. What is basis in general? As I said, that basis consultant, another technical module. Basis this we normally nowadays we are calling it as a network module. This is not a technical module now. Nowadays we are calling it as a basis as a network module. Okay, so what actually basis in general people think that they will do server maintenance, they will do system maintenance, clear, and they will create these user IDs and passwords for users, The user ID, for example, you are using SAP, right? You will get credential like SAP user ID. You will have whenever you are working as an end user or a consultant, you will have your own user ID. Who will create those user IDs and all? In the sense, basis consultant will do it. Basis consultant will get the license, will take the license, and he will create all the credentials. But that is only a 10% work. Whatever system maintenance or server maintenance or whatever we are talking, that is performed only a 10% activity. But what do you mean by a basis? Basis is nothing but, okay, it's a mediator between SAP and operating system. Mediator between SAP and operating system. So SAP program language is ABAP. So it is nothing but in the backend ABAP is written, and in between that operating system, in which operating system you are working. So SAP can be worked on Unix, SAP can work on Windows, SAP can work on Linux, any operating system it will be, Macintosh, it can be. Clear? So any operating system it will work. So how it's going to work in the sense, as per the basis will mediator between your SAP with operating system like Windows or Unix or Linux. Means whatever ABAP programming you have written, basis will convert that operating system understandable language. Basis, that's the reason it is considered as a mediator. What is basis? Basis, if somebody is asking what do you know about basis and what are the functions of basis, basis is nothing but a mediator between SAP and operating systems. SAP can be installed. What are the operating systems SAP can be installed? In the sense, you can take this examples, like few examples, like it can be installed on Unix, it can be installed on Linux, it can be installed on Windows. But these three operating systems functions are different. But how SAP alone works on that? In the sense, see, when it is installed on Windows, okay, then basis, whatever basis we are calling, this will convert ABAP coding to understandable with Windows operating system. And when it is installed on Unix, then basis will explain the operating system, what is ABAP coding. Clear? And same time Linux. So whatever operating system, in between operating system and SAP, there is a software that will be there, that is called basis. And who maintains this basis software? They are known as a basis consultants. Basis consultants. So in Ameerpet, if you can go and if you ask your system, you want, for example, you want to install SAP in your system. So what he will do, he will see first of all which operating system you are using, right? For example, I bought from US, then maybe my laptop operating system came up with Unix, because my main work is on C language, Turbo C, right? Apart from that, I want to install SAP. So Turbo C works on Unix platform. Clear? Unix operating system. And I don't want to disturb my Unix operating system. On that, I want to install SAP. Clear?
So these people are like system admins?
System, yeah, so server admins.
Server.
Yeah. Clear? So this basis will plays a vital role between operating system and SAP. So that's the reason we call it as a mediator between SAP and OS. So, but they won't write any programming language. It's a hardware kind of thing. They won't write any programming or anything. Just they'll install it as per the requirement of any operating system. They don't write any. They will have a knowledge on networking. They will have a technical knowledge. Clear? The person who is having a technical knowledge, completely technical, I'm saying hardware knowledge and networking knowledge, then those people are suitable for a basis consultant. The person who is having a programming knowledge skills, then they can go for ABAP. And the person
so installation of any applications, right?
Yes, that is nothing but basis consultant.
Oh.
The application. Clear? And any programming language, if the person knows good at a programming language like C, C++ or Java or whatever it is, then those people are eligible for ABAP consultant, and who are good at functional part, accounting, finance, right? Then they can go as in functional consultants. Okay, there is one more technical module we have, BWBI. Now earlier we used to call it as a BW, and now we are calling it as a BI. BI or BW is nothing but business warehouse or business intelligence. Clear? What do you mean by business warehouse and business intelligence? In the sense, these are nothing but reporting tools in SAP. See, I want some data from FI, I want some data from CO, I want some data from HR, I want some data from MM, I want some data from SD, and by integrating all this data, only some data I want to integrate, and I want some sort of reporting. Clear? Then that will be performed by business intelligence, BI. Clear? This is exclusively a reporting tool, BI and BW, right? If we want any not SAP standard reporting or something else, I want some sort of report, right? By integrating all the modules, right? For example, vendor master data, I want to see what is the vendor open item, plus what are the materials vendor has purchased from us. Clear? So when I say what are the material he has purchased from us, I want to see that list, and what is the total open item. Clear? So here I am integrating MM, material in the sense MM, and vendor open item in nothing but finance, right? So these kind of reporting we can get it from BI and BW. Clear? So if someone is asking you what do you mean by BI, BW, it's a reporting tool in SAP. Okay, any MIS reports we can generate, or any KPIs, key process indicators, we can generate from BWBI. Okay, so these are your functional modules and technical modules. Apart from that, we have few more web-based modules. So what do you mean by web-based modules? In the sense, for example, my organization, I'm completely into sales, right? I'm completely into sales. So why I want to buy complete SAP? SAP provides 36 different modules. If I buy a 36, what I'll do? I want to use only one module called sales. Correct? So at that, to overcome that, SAP has provided web-based modules and industry solutions. IS, that is different. IS is something different, and web-based modules are something different. Okay, so this thing it will support. Like for example, we have web-based modules like CRM. Do you heard about CRM? Anyone?
Customer relationship management is something like
customer relationship management. So here only what it will do, customer relationship management in the sense only it is related to sales thing. Okay, so only if any organization is related to sales, then they will, instead of buying complete SAP, they will take a license for only CRM module. Customer relationship management. Okay, it is tightly integrated with SD. So sales and distribution, it will be integrated with sales and distribution. Next one, SRM. What is SRM? Here it is customer, then here it will supplier relationship. Right? Supplier relationship management is tightly integrated with module. So here, for example, can you give me one supplier relationship management example? Sorry. See,
quotations and
No, no,
material.
I'm not asking what is, we will go in depth when we do our module. So I'm asking, see, if you want some online, you want to buy it. So which portal you will go directly?
Amazon, Flipkart, we have
Amazon, Flipkart. So those are nothing but your supplier relationship management. You want to buy, you will give the product name, automatically the list of vendors will come, right? Who will supply that particular product? And you will check which one is the best and you will order it. Correct? So here now the latest one is Ariba tile system. We heard about Ariba.
Yes.
It is also a supplier relationship management only, Ariba also, where we can create purchase orders and all. And we will see that Ariba also when we do our part. Clear? So SRM. Next one, we have other webmails module called SCM. Supply chain management. Right? And this is integrated again with integrated with module. Next one we have FSCM. This is another important module. Financial supply chain management. Clear? This is integrated with FI module. So here we are going to discuss about your this one, management accounting, like cash flows, funds flows, ratios. We are going to discuss. Next one. SEM, right? It is nothing but strategic enterprise management. Enterprise management. Even this is also integrated with FI only. Tightly integrated with FI module. So means nothing but it's a part in FI module. These all are what I'm saying. FSCM is a part in FSCM is a part in FI module. SCM is a part in module, a small part. Clear? Next one we have PCM. Anyone knows this again? It's a product catalog management. Product catalog management. Again, this is integrated with right? Allocation, pains, and all those stuff will go with their SAP in PCM only. Next one, PLM. Next one, yeah, PLM is nothing but product life cycle management, from raw material to conversion of finished goods. Clear? This is also production and planning module. This will integrated with production and planning. Okay, next one we have EWM. You need not to remember, but at least you need to have an idea that as a consultant, okay, I'm aware of it.
So if anyone asks, this can be the interview question. If anyone asks, like, what are the web-based models?
You can give few, that's it.
Okay, so what are they integrated with?
They won't ask you, like, do you have about idea about web-based model? Normally they won't ask, but in case if you know any web-based module in the sense, you can say that SRM, CRM regularly, because SRM, supplier relationship management, it is related to CRM, SD. That's it. 2 or 3 you can say it, not go in depth.
Okay.
Extended warehouse management. Okay, again it is we have this is integrated with warehouse management, WM. Next one we have APO. Clear? It's an advanced process optimizer. This is again, this is not R1, this is ABAP one, programming one. Last but not least, HCM. There are a few more, but still I'm HCM model. Human capital management. And it will be integrated with HR module. These are different web-based modules. Clear? Any questions? Any questions?
So, yeah, I mean, so these are the sub modules under the main module.
Not submodules, it's a web-based model. What do you mean by web-based model? In the sense, for example, my organization is restricted only sales thing. I don't have any human resource department, nor purchase department, nor any other department. So if I purchase SAP software completely, then it provides complete business suite. Correct? SAP
Okay.
is
Yes.
complete business suite. So again, that would be very expensive. So again, but my department, I'm having only a sales kind of thing. I need complete end-to-end sales process software, right? So to give a solution to small organizations, SAP came up with these web-based modules.
Got it.
Clear? Yeah. Any other questions? So already we discussed. Now this is about your modules, and okay, we have discussed something about what a BAPR role at basis consultant role and what are functional consultant roles, right? And there would be, if I take types of projects, again, I'm coming to your projects part. So types of projects already we discussed, but still I'm coming types of projects. Okay. So what are the different types of projects we have in the sense? First one, implementation project. I'll talk in depth what do you mean by implementation project. Next one, we have support project. Clear? Again, under support project, we have sub projects again. What are that? Ticket based project, ticket based support.
Naveen, I have one question.
Yes.
Once in implementation project, whoever has worked, so once the implementation is done, will they move to support side?
See, for example, again, for example, if any other implementation projects are coming, then definitely you will move from implementation to implementation only, not to support.
Okay.
If
So
any no implementations are coming, then that's what I'm saying. If no implementations are there for coming 1 year, clear, then probably instead of making you idle, either they will give you a testing project or support project.
Okay.
It again depends upon organization to organization.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ticket based support. Okay. Again, in support projects, we have these things. Ticket based.
Naveen, I have one question
One
here.
second. Sir, if it is okay, then you can park it at 4:15 till 4:15.
Okay.
Yeah. Production support. I'm sorry, but still. Okay. Next one, go live support. Go live support. So these are the implementation project, support project, and in support also we can do these kind of projects. You can be, you may be there in ticket based support or production support or go live support. Clear? We have again ticket based, we have another support. Next one, we have one more project called rollout project. Rollout project. Okay, and next one, we have one more project called enhancement projects. Okay, enhancement project. Or next one, upgradation project. Means once you crack interview, once you are cracked interview, so whatever resume you are mentioning, right? If you are mentioning in resume that you have 2 year implementation experience, one support, one test experience, okay, then you will be picked for either implementation project or support project or rollout project, enhancement or upgradation. And you mentioned it as a fresher, 2 years experience, or hardly you mentioned it as a 2 years experience you are having on SAP, and other thing is a domain experience. Then definitely you won't get an implementation project immediately. Definitely you are going to, they'll ask you to work on support projects or testing projects. Clear? So as per, once we are done, once we crack interview, as per our resume weightage, we will get the projects. Clear? Right now I'm in one implementation project and one testing project. For Apple, I'm into testing project, and there is one more client called Chevron. I'm doing an implementation for them. So again, it again depends upon you, how, what you want. They'll ask you whether you are able to accept this challenge or not. No, if you say that, no, I want to go with one particular project, that's it, then they'll give you only one project.
So currently you are handling the multiple projects, support, implementation, testing.
Exactly.
So,
Till August, I have only one project. From August and September, I'll get one more project called Dell. And in September, I'm going to get one more project called this Apple implementation project.
how you are managing like testing and implementation?
That we need to, that again, that's what I'm saying. Manage in the sense we have to, that's it. If
No,
you want to prove something different, because everybody is able to handle one project in my organization, that's not a big deal, one or two. But if you want to prove yourself, then definitely initially you will find some sort of issues, but same time you need to little stretch well, then it would be an added advantage for your future prospects. Initially,
Can we work like that? That one person would be working on 2 different projects? Will they
yes,
accept?
means multiple projects you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, we can. We are supposed to, because actually the skilled people are very less in the organization. So that's the reason we are getting multiple projects for one person. And it's a good sign for us actually, so that we can prove it. So we can have a complete end-to-end knowledge. We are going to get an end-to-end knowledge. Clear? But we need to spend little time. That's it. That is the only thing we need to invest, only the time part. That's it. So initially, once you are mentioning 2 years of experience on SAP, then definitely you won't get a multiple project initial level. You will get either a support project or a testing project consultant, not multiple. Clear? So these are, and before I go to implementation project, or any projects, I would like to show you what are the designations and roles we will have in SAP environment. Okay, FI consultant. I'm going with only FICO consultant part. Clear? What are the roles we will have? So here, role of FICO consultant, or designation, you can take it as an.
And can you also mention the range of salary for each recipe?
I can't tell you that. It again depends upon, see, that's what I'm saying. Again, it depends upon your last previous salary. Okay, we will discuss that also. Role of FICO
Average salary.
Consultant in projects. So then top designation would be here. It would be a project manager. Fine. Under him, solution architect. Solution architect. Under that, project lead. Next one, integration manager. Next one, we have a team lead. And normally team lead or a technical lead or as manager. Or we can call him as a manager. Okay. Next, team member. So here again in team member also I'll tell you. Team member. So here again member in consulting team means implementation side. Member in consulting team. Okay. Or member in, before here there will one more designation, member in process design team. Nothing but here we'll call it as an senior consultant. Senior consultant. Here it is consultant. Next one. Okay, or we can call it as an associate consultant here. Associate consultant or analyst, we'll call them. Okay, next one. Member in testing team. Next one. Member in training team. Next one, member in support team. Member in documentation team. So these are the different projects, you can say that. But here the designations like the associate consultant, senior consultant, team member, fine. Technical,
So
sorry.
for all these member in testing team or training team, for all these people, the designation would be analyst or just consultant?
Analyst.
Analyst.
Yeah. So technical lead or manager, integration manager, project lead, solution architect, and project manager. Clear? So these are the different roles we have in SAP. See, organization to organization, they'll mention as a different designation, but at the end, the purpose would be the same function they will perform.
Yeah, Naveen, now you are in which position?
I'm here, technical lead.
Oh.
Naveen, who is a solution architect, is not a, I mean, ABAP, right?
He is not an ABAP, functional side only.
What exactly he does?
He perform in the sense project manager will enter into a discussions with the client team. And after that, the duration and everything will be prepared by the solution architect. Okay. So what is the project time duration? What would be the project cost and everything? Solution architect will prepare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not a blueprint, right?
Not a blueprint.
RFA something. Okay, I got it. Got it.
So everything here, architect role would be a little more than the project manager also, because project manager will have only the discussion part. The remaining structure and everything will be prepared by solution architect only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the salary part regarding that, I mean, at least if we can speak about till senior consultant.
See,
So what would be the associate
I'm
consultant?
telling you, again, there are few organizations, for example, right now, whatever organizations I'm handling from our institute in the sense, I'll tell you directly, whoever completed their BCom, Clear? Whoever completed and they want to enter into SAP and who is having a good accounting skills. So the companies are recruiting S Technologies, NTT Data, and Capgemini. These three companies are recruiting the people who have completed their graduation or MBA finance. Clear? So straight away, instead of going to BPOs or KPOs or captive, so straight away these companies are recruiting and they are giving the training to them on SAP part. If they have at least, okay, accounting knowledge should be sound, right? And at the time, 1 year or 2 years time, they are going to get 3.5 lakhs, 3 lakhs to 3.5 lakhs per annum for fresher. 3 lakhs to 3.5 lakhs. S Technologies are recruiting Capgemini and NTT Data, and sometimes TCS also. So these companies are recruiting freshers. Okay.
As a consultant.
Yeah, as a consultant, analyst, initial, associate consultant, what we call analyst or associate consultant, whatever it is. 3.5 lakhs they are paying. And for example, you are having a domain experience of 3 years or 4 years. 3 years experience you are having.
End user.
No, I'll tell you. 2 years experience you are having. Okay. Domain experience, not SAP experience, and you are not changing anything in your the resume. So you are having a good knowledge on your end user activities. Plus, same time you are having a good accounting knowledge, accounts knowledge. Clear? And you are not changing that. You are not mentioning that I have done my MBA, sorry, finance, SAP finance or something else. Nothing you have mentioned. And you got selected. Then whatever CTC you are having, for example, your CTC is 3 lakhs. The past CTC is 3 lakhs. Then on that you are going to get 30% hike. 30% hike. Clear? So whatever you can say that 90,000. So again, so this is for the first, any company, 2 years experience without SAP knowledge, For example, again, I'm going with 4 years to 13 years experience in between. 13 years experience, right? And you are changing 4 years to 13 years experience, and you are mentioning that you have a SAP experience. So for example, if I take 13 years of experience person, so out of 13 years, we are making in resume as per their skills, we are making first 4 years or 6 years, sorry, 4,
7 or 8 years. 8 years.
7 years. No, we are making 7 years. 7 years domain experience. And another 6 years, 5 years plus we are mentioning it as an SAP experience.
You mean end user experience?
Domain is nothing but end user,
Okay.
right? 5 years is nothing but your SAP skill experience. If you are keeping 13 years experience and you want to 13 years as a domain experience and you want to go as a fresher, they won't accept. Understood? So these people are considered as in freshers. But here I'm having 13 years of experience, and if I want to give 13 years as my domain experience, means as an end user experience, then they won't consider that. So what we are changing for that, in the sense, the people who are taking trainings on SAP, so whether they are able to give answers, we have prepared some sort of interview questions, 70 questions. So last 6 months, I did one particular job, right? I have checked whatever questions in any general interviews in SAP FI part, people are asking in a different modules. I have prepared almost all 70 to 75 questions. 70 to 75 questions. Trust me, I have circulated to few of my cousins and friends. Trust me, out of that, 5 people I have sent, 4 people got selected only with that particular questions. And trust me, out of that 75 questions, you are going to get 80 to 85 questions, interview questions. I'm saying guest paper or whatever you call, from that only you are going to get it. From that only you are going to get it. Clear? So that is the reason, with the full confidence, I'll say that if you are practicing perfectly, then whatever 7 years domain experience you are keeping as an end user experience, this, okay, this is end user experience. We are not going to mention it as an end user experience. We are going to mention it as a domain experience. That's it. Now we are
So
not.
even Naveen,
Yes.
so even though we said we have worked for 4 years as an SAP experience, so again they will provide you training, right?
They will see KT will be always there.
Always.
Yeah. Right. So 5+ years of experience on SAP, FICO or whatever, S4 HANA, whatever it is. So people will tell you if you are keeping 5 years of experience, then in interview you will get a lot of questions. But still, whatever things I'm providing, if you are, again, see, that question paper will not resolve your issues. You will crack your interviews 100% guaranteed. That is no doubt about it. But once you step into your organization, so on job, how you are going to perform, that is very important. Everyday testing will be there. So for that only the mantra is the coming 6, 7 months, 8 months, whatever practice you are going to do here, the same practice you are going to get in your real-time functions. Nothing else, nothing new. If something new, then definitely you will get a help from your peers.
Okay, so you mean whatever you are telling in this course, if you practice that 100%, then that will solve most of the
80%
yes.
on your, see, 100% of your interview will be you can crack it. 80% on job you can crack it
by practicing
yes
a lot.
yes
Okay, so practice in the sense, so whatever you are telling on the class, okay,
Yes.
that is enough to
That's
practice.
more than sufficient. See, that's what I'm telling you. Practice in the sense, for example, normally what I'll take is, normally in each and other our outside institute, they will create one company, under that one company code, and they will follow the structure. But I won't go like that. I'll take 3 different company codes.
Okay.
3 different, not one, 3 different company codes. And I'll go as per the real-time scenarios. I'll go. And normally we will create nearly 100 ledger accounts. And overall in each module, we are going to post minimum 30 to 40 invoices. The configuration testing part, everything we are going to do it. The same thing what you are doing here, the same thing 80% you need to do on job also.
Okay.
That's what. So here practice in the sense what here I'm creating one company and I'm giving you 3 company codes. So the same structure you need to prepare at least 20 times. Because it's an ocean. If we are able to remember the things, then it's well and good. But how we can able to remember, see, some person can remember the things by practice 1 or 2 or 3 times. Some people it may take a little more, but unless until you remember the things, practice it. Don't give up.
Okay. Okay.
That is only because no logic, no nothing mentioned here. No logic, no programming thing is required for this. Clear?
So no creation is also required. Just practice whatever has been there. Just
that's what. Only practice. Okay. So
Naveen, one small question. So what do you suggest, if a person wants to, join as a fresher, deleting all his experience, whatever is having until now?
Sorry, can you please come again?
Yeah, what do you suggest to a person who wants to join as a fresher, but not keeping any experience which is not? Yeah, I'm already working, so I just wanted to know.
No, that's what. How many years of work experience you have?
I have 5 years of experience.
5 years. If you want to go as a fresher, probably they won't accept.
Okay.
That is the thing.
Okay.
Clear? So yeah, as I said that 4 years as 5 years, it is considered as a domain experience. They will consider as long as your accounting skills are good. They will give you a fresher kind of designation only, but the package would be on your current CTC 30%.
Okay, got it.
And they will give you analyst or an associate consultant role. But we are not supposed to feel that, okay, the fresher who has completed his graduation and who has completed his MBA, he is sitting with us and I'm having a 5 years of experience. Even I'm working the same. No. Got it, right?
Yes, yes.
If you want, that is the thing. That's it. So here, 7 years, we are keeping this particular experience. whoever is having 11 years, 10 years or 8 years experience, we will modify the resume and we will do it. So again, trust me, whatever your current CTC, whatever end user CTC you are getting, right? Whatever package you are getting, whatever maybe the organization, right? We are going to move to IT industry, software industry. So here, when we compare the highest package, for example, in BPO, the manager or a senior manager, whoever got the package, right? Highest package, here almost all 5 years experience guy will get it. And trust me, I won't reveal my package, but still I'll tell you, I got 115% hike. I got 115% hike.
Like when you moved from end user to consultant?
Sorry?
When you moved from end user to consultant?
Exactly.
Yeah, Naveen, one thing. So, okay, this is all fine and looking good also. Then coming to the job security, so like many people say, the software industry has, I mean, not lesser or more job security. Like whenever they do not have the projects or they do not have any requirements, they easily jobs will be laid off. So I just wanted to take some
See,
inputs from you on this.
again, the people who doesn't have a skill set, clear, who is not able to perform, then definitely one or the other they need to lose. Again, I'm telling you. But the people who are ready to work hard in the sense stipulated time. See, here in BPO we have almost we will have a micromanagement kind of thing, and we will ready to stretch for 10 or 11 hours. If the same sort of effort, if we are keeping at least 75% or 50% in this particular sector, then you need not to see back. And if the people who are saying this, that see projects in the sense, I'm telling you that as of now, like last session also, I made it very clear, in my organization only, there are total 180 projects are in pipeline. And we don't have a skill people. Clear? So at least coming, if you are having a skill set and at least coming 25 years, down 25 years, you need not to see back.
Okay.
You're going to lose any job.
So,
Coming 25 years
until we have the good knowledge on the subject,
exactly.
so there will not be any issue.
Yes. Why companies are paying 115% hike?
Yeah.
Correct. When there is no job security, then why companies will pay these many hikes? This much percentage of hike?
Because of the knowledge.
Exactly. So as long as you are proving yourself, then definitely you are very much secured in IT.
Okay.
Naveen,
Yes.
so when you moved from like an end user to consultant, you also got trained on the same SAP FICO and more?
Exactly. Still, I'm getting it in wherever I'm having gaps, and definitely see your organization. One of the advantage, whatever organization you pitch in, clear, you will get a hell lot of trainings from your organization related to your code, your module, right? And you can do, see, if for example, if I want to do earlier, if I want to do a certification when I was an end user, and if I want to do a certification, SAP global certification, then I need to pay from my pocket 40 or 50,000 bucks INR. But now my company will sponsor. Why I will pay? Whatever certifications I want to do, my company will pay, and I need to clear that. That's it. So all sort of trainings you are going to get it. But you are not supposed to say the same thing in front of your interviewer. That okay, if I'm something missing, then however I'm going to get in trainings, right? No, you're not supposed to say that. You say that you need to say that I'm fully baked product. I'm ready to jump and I'm ready to swim. Clear?
Okay. So at least minimum how many hours we need to practice, Naveen?
I didn't get you.
Minimum hours of practice, how many?
Yeah, again, that's the reason I'm saying person to person it's different.
On an average.
On an average, again, I'm telling you, like, give me a 1.5 hour a day every day.
Okay.
Apart from our class, total 5 hours we are taking, for example, in a week. So next week onwards, we will be pitched in little more in depth. So that's the reason I'm going little slower as of now. But the other next week also we will have some sort of literature. But the other week we will deep down into the practical part. Clear? So system part. So from there we will start a little more in depth. So what I suggest you is, as soon as you pitch in, so at least spend 1 hour in a day or 5 hours total week you need to spend 5 hours in a week apart from our class.
Okay. So next week also literature will be there. After that, you will get into the practical side. So
Exactly.
by when we need to get the access of the server?
That's what I'll tell you, because in practical also I'll tell you, as a consultant, once you stepped in a client place, what are the configurations you need to you need to do it. Clear? So that all those stuff we will discuss about what exactly client is, how many types of clients will be there, right? What are the basic configuration you need to do once you stepped in. Once that is done, then definitely I'll tell you to take the access.
Okay. Okay.
Clear? Yeah. Other, it's already.
And Naveen,
Yes, sir.
accounts part when you were covered.
I didn't get you.
Accounts part, right?
That will,
You said.
wherever it's required, because again, as of now, we won't start up with the basic accounts part. See, when the basic configuration, we will complete the basic configuration. Once we entered into GL module, general ledger module. Okay, over there, we need a journal entries knowledge and accounting knowledge. So at that particular point of time, we will do parallelly both.
Okay.
And as well as this particular thing, because if you don't have accounting knowledge, then you won't understand this concept.
That is what I'm asking.
No, that's the reason we will do. Basically, first I'll do that. If you have a confidence, then you will do automatically into GL part. Clear?
I have question on this qualification.
Yeah.
I'm from maths background, but I'm good with accounting. So still companies look for this graduation should be in BCom and all,
No,
even
not
after
at all.
having.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
They won't consider, because see, as long as your skill set is good in SAP part, because majority BTechs are working as an FICO consultants.
Yeah.
Majority MCAs are working as an FICO consultants. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Naveen, one last question from my side.
No,
So on an average, how many hours you will spend in a day while you are on the work location?
see, as of now, trust me, I'm into, as I said, that I'm going to be right now I'm in one project, to be in 2-3 different projects. So last 1 week I have spent almost all, trust me, 20 to 25 minutes.
Sorry?
Last 1 week I have spent 25 minutes.
Per day you spent only 25 minutes.
Last 1 week, but once my project completely into the picture, testing I need to do it right now. I'm in a testing project, and Apple project is in pipeline. That is I need to do implementation. So those documentation I have received, the implementation part I have received from my architect. I have received all the documentation, but he asked me to start it from in the month of July, to checking or whatever verification I want to do. I have to do from July onwards. So now whatever testing project I am doing, hardly I have spent 25 minutes or 30 minutes.
Okay. So once the implementation started, then approximately how many hours it will take per day?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The understanding, how you will understand how fast you are doing, and no one will do a micromanagement here, and no one will ask you to sit from this hour to this hour. It's see, my role, I'm telling you, it's absolutely flexible for me.
So like when we are into implementation, we get some task, right? As per the task, we have to finish it or something.
Task in the sense, you will have not a daily task, right? You will not have a daily task.
Yeah, like in implementation wise only.
In implementations also, you will not have a task day wise. They will give you a task and they give you a time.
You have to finish it, yeah, within the timeline.
In a month or whatever it is. So you can finish in 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 1 week, but they won't ask you as long as the due comes.
Yes.
So, but it's not like a daily, like 60 invoices do you posted, or 70 invoices you posted or not, or hourly keep me update or something like that. Nothing will be there.
Yes.
It's 100%. It would be a flexible kind of things.
Okay.
People says that IT, see, the people who see, people like us who came from BPO sector or any other sector, we feel this job is more easier. But directly who have started their career in IT sector, they feel that working 5 hours or 6 hours, they feel that it's an hectic for them.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Because now,
Yeah.
for example, you know, in my company, they are having a working hours of 10 hours per day.
Okay.
Okay. Complete 10 hours we need to spend. We need to spend with the system only.
Yeah.
All the deliverables, all the tasks. Okay.
Yes, I understood.
This is how
And
the work structure.
Naveen,
It will not be like that. No specific say client timing. They will say that, okay, for me, trust me, I don't have 24/7. Anytime I can work. Anytime I can work. I don't have any time restriction. As she said, like as long as I'm completing my tasks. Because not again, this will not be a day task. Clear? And again, see, some people will work as a client, this one. So over there also, you will have all the flexibilities that you can start work and at any point of time, unless until you want to interact with the customer, then only you need to log in at that particular time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
so
are you getting are you going to get any on-site opportunities? I mean, going forward, Naveen.
Definitely we will have. Definitely I have.
So I mean, if
Once the
the
Apple,
company,
once
if the
Apple
com
project start, normally I have in pipeline, that's it. But they didn't declare the date, but it's an on-site only.
so okay, you will be moving to on-site. There may be a
Yeah,
chances.
but chances are there.
so when you move on site, how you would handle these classes, Naveen?
Definitely it's online classes, so it's not an offline.
On Saturday and
Weekend,
Sunday.
And that to Saturdays and Sundays. Whatever may be the time. See, that again, I'm telling you, touch wood, it will not, I won't get the opportunity coming 9 months. Okay.
Okay.
and Naveen,
So
from
what on what basis? So if the client or the company wanted to pick up the person uh, to the implementation on-site project, the
It will
basic they only check on the experience and the
not,
knowledge.
that's it.
Okay.
Naveen, and from above all the designations, some people will say that like I am into individual contributor role. So
Mhm.
why is no like particular
See,
designation will not be there for this?
no individual contributor here. See, support role you are there, so you will get some sort of test supporting scripts, what we call ticketing tools. Then you are individual contributor here. You know what, you will get some support, and 100% you need to answer that at any point of time, and you need not to answer someone, you need not to at least give the reply to your senior. You will have an interaction directly with your client. If you are resolving immediately, then you are considered as an individual contributor only.
No, one of the person is having like 10 to 12 years of experience. When we ask what is your designation,
Mhm.
we're telling like I'm in like individual contributor role. So
Probably
I got a doubt like.
probably he might have he has engaged with functional specs. Individual contributor in the sense directly he will get specifications from client, and he will map it and he will give it to him. So that is a kind of individual.
Delivery role.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So one thing, I mean, so
Yeah.
I have heard that like from some of the people. So on the day for more half of the day, the most of the consultant will spend with the client interaction only.
Mhm.
Maybe to take the requirements, and another half of the day they will do their execution work and all.
That is an
So
initial.
how the day for the consultant?
That's what I'm saying. That will be there only the initial phases.
Okay.
The client interaction will be there only on initial phases. Once the project is signed off, once they are ready, Okay, they are okay. Then the client, in the sense, what do you mean by that? If I'm implementing a project in your organization and from your department, 10 people are there, out of 10 people, you came to help me regarding. So that is nothing but a client. I'll take your requirement from you. You are into AP process. So what are the business process you are going to do and what are the steps you are going to involve? Clear? So that you will explain. Interaction in the sense, along with our work, we will do the interaction part. It's nothing like that. One half day you will chat with him and other half day you will start working with your project. Nothing like such.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Don't be in hurry because these questions, because you can park it for your project discussion. When we do our project discussion part, then you will understand everything in clear. That is the reason I have prepared complete literature for that. Because whatever queries before step into the floor, we will face these kind of issues. We are going to face these kind of questions. So already I have prepared the answers for that. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, Naveen, I was facing some issue right that
Sorry.
time. I didn't hear the topic.
See, starting right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Once everybody stepped out, whatever questions you have, I'll clarify it once it's done.
Okay, okay.
Because it's a literature, people may not ready to listen again and again.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what. Any other questions from anyone?
Naveen, this recording session, when will be sharing this? Yesterday, I'm not logging. I was outside.
Okay. Who's this?
Bhaskar.
Bhas